Welcome to FitBody Lifestyle, the show where we dive deep into the world of fitness, health, business, relationships, and the art of living a balanced life. I'm Jami.
And I'm Greg, and we're here to give you the benefit of our experiences in the fitness and bodybuilding industry, the corporate world, running a business, personal development, and building healthy relationships.
Whether you're sweating it out in the gym, hustling in your business, or seeking balance in your everyday life, you're in the right place.
So lace up those sneakers and grab that water bottle, and let's get ready to transform our minds, our bodies, and our lives.
Welcome, Fit Body Lifers, back to another fusion hack here on Fit Body Lifestyle. You like my intro?
Why are you laughing?
Because I felt you like, what was that intro?
You're good. You're good.
I'm here with my partner in crime here, Gregory DeBernard.
Hola.
And I'm here with the lovely Miss Phoebe Hagan.
Hello.
Olympian, Arnold athlete.
Yes.
UK Arnold champion, extraordinaire, amazing posing coach, posing portal owner, all the fun things. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you. That was a lovely intro.
So we're excited to talk today and do our fusion hack. And what we're going to talk about today is creating connections in the bodybuilding world. And I think this is a perfect topic for you because I know like how connected you are with people. And so getting your feedback on, how did you create those relationships and build this amazing network of friends and colleagues and things?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I always went into the sport being like, I want to enjoy everything with other people. Like, I don't want to ever do something just by myself because I know bodybuilding is a you thing, and people can say it's a lonely sport, it's just you versus you, and that is correct, but I do think you don't need to do it alone. And I think it's so much more, I think in anything, not even just bodybuilding, anything you do is so much more enjoyable when you can do it with others, because you can celebrate each other's success, you can do things together, and it makes it so much more special versus it just being your moment, I think your moment is when you either win or you overcome an achievement or achieve that, but I think experiencing it with other people is so much more fun, so for me, that's always been my when I've gone into the sport. I've always thought I want to experience it with other people. I don't want to just do this by myself. So for me, I think how I've done it is one thing I used to always, I still do it now, is talking to people backstage. I know it seems really daunting to a lot of people. One, it's a way that at first I used to use to distract myself because I was, nervous and stuff. But as time went on, it actually allowed people to just feel more comfortable backstage. It creates friendships, it creates good connections. So you're able to just connect with people on a different level, especially in that vulnerable state.
Yeah, I love that so much. And I couldn't not agree with you more. And I say this a lot as somebody who's a retired athlete. The thing I think about or that I value the most is the relationships that I developed along the way. And a lot of those were created backstage, exactly like you're saying. And I know it's like sometimes people are nervous to talk to someone else backstage, but we're all so nervous backstage that it does kind of like help to diffuse that anxiety a little bit, just to kind of chit chat about. It doesn't have to be about anything special.
No, 100%. And I think it's only just really started to become more seen, I would say, in the last kind of couple of years, where people are just more connected with one another within the same criteria, same category and stuff like that, which I love, because then we're able to connect and talk about our similar, like our same sport, like our same division, and on a level where we're all supporting each other. And that's what I always love. I always love the connections that I can have, like post show, and say like, oh, what did you think of this show? Like, how do you think I performed? How do you, and you can speak to people on a level that they understand what you're talking about because they're in it, and that's what I always think is such an amazing thing, to be able to connect with people that have the same passion as you.
Yeah, definitely. So what would be another way that you connect with people that you feel like has helped to kind of create that support?
I would say trying to go to seminars is always a really good thing, because you're able to learn for the first part, but also then go to things and meet other people that also probably doing the exact same thing as you. Like, you're scared, you're nervous, you might be a newbie and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't want to do this by myself and go there by myself. But I know I can also create a lot of friendships here, and obviously a lot of people, again, are in the exact same position as you, so why would you not? I think seminars are probably one of the best ways to do it because you can meet people from different areas of the world as well. So like, obviously I know, you had the women's workshop where there's so many people coming in from different parts of the States. So it's not coming in from just that one state, it's everywhere. So you can meet people from different states. And connect with them on that level and go visit them, so you can go to different countries. Like it's little things like that, I think, that make it more special. And another one, honestly, apart from seminars, is obviously even reaching out on Instagram. I know that's sometimes a little bit more difficult because, I know technology can sometimes be a little bit like not as connecting, where it doesn't feel like real. But I mean, I've met most of my close friends now like through Instagram, like I connect with so many people through Instagram because I mean, obviously I was in the UK, but I'm in Dubai now. So I'm on the other side of the world. It's the other side to everyone. So I need to stay connected somehow. So I like to be able to, message people through Instagram and maybe have that connection from them and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, if you see somebody that you have something in common, or somebody that you admire, or somebody you have a question, like, never hurts to reach out.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the nice thing is most of the pros are very accommodating as well. Like, I've always wanted to be one of those pros that if you have a question, I will try my best to answer it. Like, I know obviously we don't always see the answer of the questions and stuff like that, but I will always try my best to obviously answer. And I think all the other pros have that kind of similarity in mind as well. So if you are an amateur, or you're a newbie, or you're an up and coming pro, or even a new pro, like, asking for other people's advice, which actually that's another thing that just popped into my head, which connecting with people is being open and asking for advice and for help on other things. I remember specifically I did that with, I think I did that with Jen Dory. Potentially, I reached out to her and I think I asked her a question like in my early days of like competing, and I think she answered, and I didn't expect her to reply or anything like that, but she did, and she answered, and it was really lovely, and it was a good connection point for us. And then now we're friends and we see each other at shows, and it's nice. So I think sometimes it's that hard part at the beginning with actually just going and reaching out, but I think in the long run it's worth it because it could be a new friendship.
Interested in changing your life or stepping on stage? Join FitBody Fusion today.
Experience the FitBody Fusion difference with tools, knowledge, and community support to reach your healthy and sustainable lifestyle.
We guide thousands on their fitness journeys, from seasoned athletes to those who are simply seeking a healthier life.
Our expert coaches provide personalized plans and unwavering support, empowering you to thrive.
FitBody Fusion is more than just training. It's a community. We understand the challenges of solo fitness journeys, which is why we foster a supportive environment where members encourage and motivate each other.
Join the FitBody Fusion community today and unlock your full potential.
Head to fitbodyfusion.com to sign up for a free consultation.
And do it today. There's a book, which I got years ago, called The Science of Likability. And one of the tips in that book, which I love the book, and at the end of the book, there's some it just kind of distills everything down into little snippets of what you can apply. But one of the things that you just hit on was, if you want somebody to like you, ask them for a favor. And it can't be a favor that's too small, and it can't be a favor that's too big. So, say, hey, will you loan me $10,000? It's too big, and the too small might be, I don't even know what the too small is, but asking somebody for a tip or for their help just shows your vulnerability, but it also shows that you're open. And the other part I was thinking about with all of this is that, and I think this episode will air next week. Is it? Okay. So I think we're still in Black History Month. And I did want to do a shout out and honor to Martin Luther King, who has a great saying or a great quote from him, which is, people don't get along because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because they don't communicate with each other. And that has always been a real powerful quote for me.
I like that
because it's that communication piece that we miss. And it's so easy to get a thought of how somebody is or is not just by looking at them externally. Even on Instagram, I mean, you see what people post, but until you actually reach out and communicate with somebody, you don't really know who they are. And so I think that's kind of the theme of what you're talking about. And so anyway, thanks for letting me wrap that in.
No, of course, be open to letting people in is really vulnerable, especially in our sport, because I think, at the end of the day, at some point, we'll all be competing against each other, right? We'll all be on that same stage, but let the judges do
their job,
the judging. And we don't need to be judging each other or, putting something. I can't speak to her because I'm doing the same show as her. Like, I remember one moment, and I'll shout out to Amy. I've done that to Amy a few times these episodes because I feel like we shared a lot of moments. But the first Olympia 2022, we hugged for so long. I remember because we were both, I think, in that prep. Obviously, I was in Vegas, she was in Vegas as well. We did, a few training sessions together, and we spoke about, like, in the car, like when she was driving me home, like about our goals and how we think and how we feel about like going into it. And she'd never experienced that before. As in, like, I was like, I'm so excited for you. I think you look great. And she was like, I'm competing with you. And I'm like, I know, like, and I'm rooting for you. She's like, why? I'm like, because you look fucking amazing. Like, why would I not? Like, and I think then when we both got top 10 in that year, it was so amazing because we'd both really wanted it for each other. And it was really like nice. I mean, I've had that with many people as well, but like, it was really nice to experience it with her because I think she hadn't had that before, or
That's
she hadn't
beautiful.
she's had it,
very beautiful.
but not as, I'd say, I don't know if she has, but so it was a really nice moment. And it's a great example to show that, like, we are competitors. It doesn't mean we have to be competing against each other.
Well, and that's really kind of at the crux of this. I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
Is that this is a different kind of competition. This isn't a race where you've got to be faster than somebody. It's not a combat sport where you got to beat somebody into submission to win. Mm-hmm. It's not a sport of, who scores the most points. It is really a sport of you versus you. The competition, when we say competition, you're really competing against yourself because the judges are going to do their job. You need to do your job. And your job is to put the best physique that you can on stage and then let the judges do their job. And if it's not what they prefer that day, then that's not what they prefer that day. Yeah. And that's okay. And then you go to the next show and you do it all again, rinse and repeat. But we call this a competition, but really I don't think that gives justice to what really is happening because it's really a competition of you versus you, which is what bodybuilding is at its core philosophy. That's at the center of it.
Well, yeah, I do think this is an evolution, though, of bodybuilding. It's, when I first started competing, it was very much, even the coaches would be like, don't talk to the other. Yeah. It was, and I feel like we've evolved as a sport and as athletes to go, no, I'm here to put my best on stage. I'm here to win,
it's
but that
not
doesn't
like
take
Amy's
anything away.
Put some extra fats in my, meal when I'm turning around to try and like hinder a physique. Like, I think that's how people see it. It's not that at all. Like, it's not like people aren't going out of their way to try and make you worse. That's how I look at it. And I think if they are, then obviously don't hang out with those people.
Right.
But we all want to see each other succeed. And I think once we strip that back and say, hey, like, no one's here to root against you, like, in that way, then it's fine to be open and like enjoy it all together.
Right. And that's where the richness of these relationships, like we're talking about on this episode, really develop. And it's, it's so funny because a lot of the, people that are judging or promoting or whatever, people I used to compete against, and we, like, every time we see each other, it's like a reunion and the big hugs fun. And we're all still around, even though we're not competing anymore. So it's like those relationships that you build now can last a lifetime, beyond your competition years and things like that. So I think this is, such a valuable topic and can make the whole experience of being part of this industry richer and more fun and more successful at the end of the day. I mean, if you're being able to be light and connected and have fun, then you're going to be more successful too. So it kind of like it
rolls into one. Yeah. It also rolls into one. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah. Well, this is awesome.
This was good. Okay, what else?
I'm waiting to see how you're going to weave it.
I'm not going to weave anything into it other than if you really want to build connections in this sport, though, the thing that you want to do is like, comment, subscribe, and leave your review for this podcast. But you also want to do one extra thing, which is go to the App Store or Google Marketplace and download the Posing portal, right? Is that okay? And why don't you tell people how to get a hold of you now that I plugged your
Thank you so much. I love the plugs, honestly. If you want to catch me or find me, just again head to my Instagram, Phoebe Hagan, and then go to the link in my bio. That's where you'll find my podcast, YouTube, the Apple link, the website to the Posing portal, and more.
All of that. That's awesome. And remember the 3 B's, everybody.
Be good to yourself.
Be good to each other, and be safe. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to FitBody Lifestyle. We hope today's episode has left you feeling motivated and equipped to tackle your fitness goals, business challenges, and the daily dance of life. Remember to value progress over perfection. Life's tough enough alone. Find the chosen family around you to help you along the way.
If you enjoyed today's episode, we'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite streaming platform. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at FitBodyFusion.